My entitled sisters demanded that I let them rent out my vacation home for profit. When I refused, their husbands broke in and are now facing charges. I always knew my sisters were entitled, but I never expected things to go this far. It all started when my wife and I went to a family barbecue at my parents' house. My sisters and their husbands were already drunk, and their kids were running wild, completely out of control. My mom was too busy trying to keep the chaos in check, and my dad? He had strategically retreated to the pool with a cooler full of beers, ignoring the madness. Then, out of nowhere, I saw 3 of my nieces and nephews charging straight at me. They were trying to push me into the pool, but at the last second, I dodged. The kids went flying, straight into the water. That's when all hell broke loose. My sisters started screaming, blaming me for almost letting their kids drown. But here's the kicker. The kids were already wearing swimsuits. And the real reason they were freaking out? The kids had been filming their little prank on their parents' iPhones, which were now at the bottom of the pool. I told them it wasn't my fault, but they kept yelling. One of my brothers-in-law tried to dive in to retrieve the phones, but he was so drunk and out of shape that he couldn't even reach them. It was a disaster. My wife and I decided we had enough and left. That night, I blocked all 4 of them, thinking that was the end of it. I was wrong. A few weeks later, I found out that my sisters had been secretly renting out my vacation home. They had lied for years, pretending they were just using it for family getaways, when in reality, they were making thousands of dollars by renting it out to strangers. When I cut them off, they completely lost it. My older sister's family was already in deep financial trouble. They were drowning in debt, their credit cards were maxed out, and they had already accepted money from guests for upcoming rentals. That's when they showed up at my house unannounced. They demanded that I let them keep renting the house because they needed the money. And then, they took it even further. They told me that I should pay for their kids' college tuition. Their reasoning? Because that's what family does. I laughed in their faces. That's when things got ugly. They screamed, cried, cursed at me, and called me selfish. I kicked them out and thought that was the end of it. But then, their husbands broke into my vacation home. They took an angle grinder to the driveway gate, smashed the lock, and broke into the barn. They ransacked the place, probably planning to use it for rentals again. But they had no idea I had installed security cameras. My property manager saw them in real time and called the cops. When the police arrived, my brothers-in-law tried to play dumb. They said they had every right to be there, that it was a misunderstanding. But the cops weren't buying it. They were arrested on the spot. Now they're facing serious charges for breaking and entering, destruction of property, and trespassing. My parents begged me to drop the charges, saying it would ruin the family. But I refused. They caused thousands of dollars in damage, and I won't let them get away with it. Eventually, their lawyers contacted me, and they sent a $5,000 cashier's check as an apology. But at this point, I don't care. I'm done with them. Some people say family is everything. But I say, if they don't respect you, they don't deserve you.